Good day to you one and all, it is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again, live from the mezzanine area of my lodge in the Highlands of Scotland. Oh, it's a lovely little retreat, I do like it here, it's very nice. Today I'm talking about, oh God, it's happened, the end is here already. I'm talking about David Guetta, who has, you've probably already seen this, but he's done a track using one of those AI generators. He got it to make a vocal that was in the style of Eminem, you know, the preeminent rapper. So I'm going to discuss what it means and invite you to join the discussion downstairs, down there in the comments area. Justin Hawkins rides again. Remember a little while ago I did an episode on the comments that Nick Cave had made about AI, when somebody had made a song that was in the style of Nick Cave, and it was, it was cod poetry at the very best. I mean, I don't know what the big deal is really, but David Guetta, the famous producer, says the future is in AI after he used the technology to add a vocal in the style of Eminem to a recent song. The DJ used 2 artificial intelligence sites to create lyrics and a rap in the style of the US star for a live show, but he said he will not release the track commercially. And I'm not sure whether it's one of those situations where everyone's just jumped down his throat and said, "What are you doing? You can't use them. Guetta, you can't use them confusers to make, to pretend to be Eminem." Evidently, he has done that, but I mean, I don't think he's going to release it because it would probably cause be too much of an arseache, wouldn't it? I'm going to play the clip in a few minutes, and then you can have a listen to it and see what you think. But David Guetta says that he thinks musicians will use AI as a tool to create new sounds in the future because every new music style comes from a new technology. Let's assess that statement. So when the new music style of glam rock came about, what was the new technology there? I suppose there was some advances had been made in the viscosity and reliability of hairspray, or maybe it was like lycra. I think he might have a point actually. I think the extra sort of stretchiness of lycra allowed the bands in the 80s to have tighter trousers for a start. What was when grunge started? What was the new technology there? I'm not sure if a great leap had been made for grunge to emerge. But anyway, I can sort of see his point. Speaking to the BBC, Guetta said, "I'm sure the future of music is in AI. For sure. There's no doubt. But as a tool, nothing is going to replace taste. What defines an artist is you have a certain taste, you have a certain type of emotion that you want to express, and you're going to use all the modern instruments to do that." I suppose it is a good and cheap way to get something that sounds like the preeminent sort of artist du jour onto your record. It's probably good if you do things like jingles and stuff, isn't it? Which, without meaning to be too rude, that is more or less what David Guetta does. I'm just joking, David, I don't mean it. Anyway, he compared AI to instruments that have led to musical revolutions in the past. Probably there would be no rock and roll if there was no electric guitar. Yeah, okay, that's a fair point. But there was electric guitar though for a while. It was invented by Les Paul, wasn't it? Didn't he make the? But it was for jazz, wasn't it? It was jazz guitars that had been repurposed. I think actually for rock and roll, you might want to look to something like when the Kinks plugged. Ray Davies plugged his guitar into an amp that had a speaker cone that was split, and then it created a sort of raspy gain sound that informed their sort of aesthetic guitar choices. There would be no acid house without the Roland TB-303, bass synthesizer. Wow, thank God for the Roland TB 303 bass. Otherwise, we wouldn't have acid house, would we? It would be a disaster. Or the Roland TR 909. That's a great little drum machine. You can use that for anything, not just acid house, I should say. There would be no hip hop without the sampler. That's not true. I think hip hop started off and it was people with turntables. So you didn't need a sampler to be able to sort of establish which part of a record was the breakbeat section and then do some rapping over top of it. And I should know, as you are probably all aware, I am a rapper. Anyway, I think really AI might... I'm still speaking as David Guetta. I think really AI might define new musical styles. I believe that every new music style comes from a new technology. Every new music style comes from... I just don't think that's necessarily accurate, but there are examples where that is true, I think. In a video that he posted last week, Guetta said that he created the Eminem style vocal as a joke, but it worked so good, I could not believe it. Don't you know it works so good? Don't you know it works so good? Let's watch the video anyway.
This is the future rave sound. I'm getting lost in an underground. This is the future rave sound.
I mean, yeah, the timbre of that vocal really sounds like Eminem.
I'm getting lost in an underground.
I can't believe how many people are there listening to that. So look, here's David Guetta reacting to it.
Eminem, bro.
Eminem, bro. That's it.
There's something that I made as a joke, and
He looks so pleased with himself, doesn't he?
I discovered those websites that are about AI. Basically, you can write lyrics in the style of any artist you like. So I typed, write a verse in the style of Eminem about future rave. And I went to another AI website that can recreate the voice. I put the text in that and I played the record and people went nuts.
Wow. I mean, you got to say that's impressive, haven't you? I mean, look at that. He told the BBC that he posted it just because I wanted to open the discussion and bring awareness. It's very funny, actually, because a lot of people are reacting. Some of them are like, oh, this is genius. Some of them are getting super mad at me, but I'm not going to release the record. But I mean, if you release the record, it would probably be number one, wouldn't it? But the thing is, you don't really need to, I think to avoid, kicking the hornet's nest and the AI hornet's nest, I think he's just going to play it live. But looking at that footage of him playing it live, that means like 1 million people are going to hear it and he's probably going to make a fortune. None of that will go to Eminem, whose likeness has been used, I suppose, to simulate that collaboration. Anyway, it's impossible to think that it's a real collab, but it sounds exactly like Eminem, he added. I mean, it sounds similar to Eminem. I'd love to see what the lyrics actually were, though, because I don't feel like it really does justice to the lyrical genius of Eminem. Some fans reacting to his Twitter post were impressed with the experiment, but others were less keen, with YouTube and TikToker Bilawal Sidhu tweeting, "And here is the problem with the state of AI proliferation today: handcuffed creativity." I don't understand what that means. Handcuffed creativity. I mean, in a way, all creativity is like that, especially in music. If you're operating within a genre, there are certain parameters that you must work within in order to stay on genre. You're limited to 12 notes. Everything in music is handcuffed creativity by that measure. I mean, it's not like we're enslaving the machines. It's going to be the other way around. Don't you remember what Nick Cave said about it? Variety noted last week that more AI-generated songs have been going viral on TikTok in recent months, with fans taking existing songs and using software to make them sound like another artist is singing them. Eminem has not yet responded. Oh my God, what is going on, guys? What is happening? I mean, I'm really pleased for the David Guetta enthusiasts, because now they can just have David Guetta songs that have got all of their favourite artists singing, or sound like they've got all of their favourite artists singing on them, with enough special effects and those bits where it drops out and the bass goes boo, or whatever it is. I'm not sure what he means when he's talking about using AI as a tool. I mean, it's a tool if you are like a songwriter that has literally nothing to say, and then you just type in, say something about an egg sandwich, but in the style of Leonard Cohen or whatever. You know, there's nothing about that talks about taste, really. You can't call it poetry. It doesn't come from... It has nothing to do with the human condition. And that's one of the things that makes Eminem great. Think about the stuff that he raps about, and like, you know, his family history and all the people who have tried to sue him because it's just so close to the bone. That's genius. I mean, you have stuff that has like a passing resemblance to it, created by a robot, but it isn't. It's never gonna satisfy, is it? Not on an emotional level, I don't think. But yeah, the robots are coming. Skynet. That's it. Oh, and then there's a few UFOs that have been shot down or something, isn't it? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Yeah, the end is here. That's it, guys. It's over. Nice one. Use the comment section below to discuss AI. The wheres, the wheres, whys, wherefore art thous. The wherefore art, no, the whys, the whos, the hows, and the wherefore art thous. That's it. Hey, I'm rapping. See? Told you. Busting rhymes 24/7. No, that's it. That's all I got. Justin Hawkins writes again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these 2 videos, and let's have a little chat down here about what this actually means and whether it matters, who cares. Let's literally declare whether or not we care. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you cannot replace genius with robotics. I mean, I've tried, and I'm just talking about my choreography. Forget about it. Right, nice one, guys.